Well, a good day to you all. Or is it? Well, I think you might be able to hear there is rain on the bus. It is starting to rain out there, as you can see. But as you know, a little bit of water doesn't really hurt anyone. Obviously, with nature, water's water. But when it comes from inside your mouth, that's not very nice at all. Now, I want to talk to you today about this. These are spit kits. That's right, if anyone spits on you, that's saliva and it's disgusting. So the question is, have you ever been spat on before? I mean, it's bad enough seeing someone spit, you know, on the floor. Puh, you know what I mean? It's just not a nice thing at all, it's disgusting. It's a bad habit. But it's good to know that London's bus drivers are going to be issued with these spit kits, which obviously in the event of a spitting incident, it says that obviously with human immunodeficiency virus, which is HIV, and hepatitis C, HCV, hepatitis B, which is HBV, obviously there's a possibility that it could be transmitted. But it does mention here about bloodborne viruses. Basically, go to the hospital straight away and get checked out by a doctor just to make sure you've not been spat on. Now, the whole point of these DNA kits here is basically to prosecute passengers who are guilty of spitting on bus drivers, members of the public. It's basically classed as assault. Now, T.F.L are determined to make public transport a safer place, and basically a specialist police unit has been set up to combat these attacks. Now, if an incident involving spitting happens on a bus, the driver will be able to use this kit. You basically just take it out of the plastic, and there's a thing there that you can collect the specimen. And then you can take a DNA sample of the suspect involved. Now, T.F.L have stated that basically every year there are more than 1,000 recorded incidents of spitting on London's buses, and many of these were attacks on bus drivers. Now, the whole point of these kits is basically to help identify assailants whose saliva samples are sent off to the Police National Database for analysis. Now, the Metropolitan Police Services Transport Operational Command Unit has set up a workplace violence unit to investigate workplace violence against bus drivers across London. Now, this team of officers will detect people who have abused members of staff, and thus new guidelines for the courts have recommended tougher sentences for those who assault people working in the public sector, or who provide a service to the public, obviously such as us bus drivers and underground tube staff. Right, now basically the former Mayor of London has said that London has some of the finest bus drivers in the world, and it saddens him that basically we are victims of this disgusting activity, you know, us bus drivers. Now basically these spit kits will increase the likelihood of being able to track down perpetrators, and it sends them a clear message that this foul behaviour will not be tolerated. Now, I'll be absolutely honest with you. The vast majority of passengers who travel on buses are fine individuals and a pleasure to carry. I don't have a problem with them. But it's good to know that T.F.L Transport for London will take action against any passengers that display unacceptable behaviour towards us bus drivers. And they are determined to make public transport a safer place. And that is basically through measures such as banning passengers from carrying open containers of alcohol. But obviously it's down to us bus drivers to deal with them. I mean, we've got enough on our plate as it is, just, you know, helping passengers get to where they need to be, and then we have to tell them to stop bringing alcohol on the bus. Obviously there's no problem at bringing alcohol on if it is sealed, but if it's open, they have to throw it off the bus. Anyway, I've got this, the DNA evidence obviously states here, while bus drivers are often subjected to serious assaults, there is far too much low-level abuse and incidents such as spitting from members of the public. Because obviously, as we know, spitting at drivers is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. And with these DNA kits, such as these babies, because we're going to catch you, you see, these DNA kits have been successfully used on the London Underground. Bus drivers can collect the DNA evidence needed for a successful prosecution. So basically, I want to summarise. If you're going to think of spitting on a bus driver right here, right through the screen at the driver, then think again, because we'll probably see you in court. So basically the combination of the DNA kit and the workplace violence unit that's been put in place by T.F.L, this will be more effective in identifying offenders for these crimes. Also, if the courts give out tougher sentences for those who assault people in the public sector, it sends out a strong message that it's not acceptable, and thus reducing the amount of daily abuse we have to put up with. There you go. So please be warned, spitting is unacceptable. Doesn't matter who it is. If you're out on the street, you know, spitting in a bus driver's face is disgusting, and we'll probably see you in court. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video. Let's get this message around for everybody to see, because this is still happening on a daily basis throughout London. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a lovely day, everyone. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.